Morning, good morning, good morning. What is up, folks? JT here with another Chart Talk Live brought to you by Xtrades. It is Tuesday, September the 23rd. I hope everybody is doing well. Let me get all my windows just where I need them. That looks good. Got the YouTube chat. Let's get this screen sharing going. There we go. All right. Now let's remind people this is happening. Let's see. We'll go to events, share, copied. Actually, let's do it this way. Copy link. All right. We'll get some people in here and then we'll get rolling. What's up, Tremblant? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. What's up? What's up, LB? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're continuing to crush these trade plans. I know you had a big week for the account last week. Let's keep that rig rolling. What's up, Arabic Knight? Yo, back to you. They say yo and bounce out of here. That's cool. All right, let's get rolling. Let's get to work here, folks. We've got some stuff to go through. And then, of course, we will get to working on some new charts, some new trade plans. So if you all have any questions or any tickers you want me to take a look at in particular, please feel free to go ahead and start dropping those in the chat, and I will take a look at those. Good morning, Peck. Is Peck a ticker, or is Peck like you're giving me a kiss on the cheek because you made so much money trading these plans last week? Mara, Oracle. Yeah, we're going to talk about Oracle. We've already got an outstanding trade plan for that. In fact, it's getting ready to get going. So, yeah, let's dig in. Let's start talking about some of this stuff as we always do. We like to get rolling with ES. Just make sure that we're, kind of keeping an eye on things. Are we still in a buy the dip market? Question mark. The answer is very much so. Very strong trend line taking us to the upside here. Lots of tests, lots of bounces here on the 4-hour chart. Overall, everything looking quite bullish here on the 4-hour. We switch over to the 1-hour here real quick. Again, everything pretty much fully bullish. Some small little momentum shifts to the downside, but overall, everything getting picked up, bought up, pretty much where it needs to be. So yeah, like I said, I mean, nothing's telling me that this is not a buy the dip market. Certainly looks like we're in a bit of a bull flag, so we could see a push here today potentially. Don't forget though, we do have Jerome Powell talking this morning at 12:45, I think. 12:35. Sorry, it's a weird time. 12:35, Chair Powell is slated to speak, and at 9 o'clock we've got Bowman coming up. Bostic's at 10 a.m. But obviously, I think the big catalyst for the day from a data perspective, from a news perspective, is going to be what comes up in that speech from Jerome Powell. We do have some PMI flash readings and stuff like that, but those are the preliminary readings, not final. So a lot of times those get taken with a grain of salt. All right, so anyway, that's what we've got on the list, on the docket, what's coming up today. So let's check some of our existing trade plans, see how those are working out for us, and then we'll get to working on some of these new trade plans from your requests. We'll do those live here together as a group. That way we're all on the same page and we'll know exactly how and when to execute to exercise our edge on the markets. All right, so we have Apple. This one obviously just went to the moon here. Yesterday we did get last week a nice run and stop right there at PT3, so bounced off the call, stop loss average down level, and just pretty much rocket ship from there. Pushed up into a bit of a bull flag. formation there before it legged up higher going into the day yesterday after back testing PT3 as support. So clearly we had a great level there for PT3, got all of our targets within the week, which is ultimately the goal, as often as possible. And then from there, we back tested our target, made a much bigger, very nice leg up. But Apple looking like it's starting to cool down a little bit going into the trading day today. However, I wouldn't be too worried about a big pullback unless it breaks back below 253.53. That's weekly support, and we've already seen that tested there yesterday as support. So I would like to see that hold, or else we could see Apple pull back further for potentially a good buying opportunity. So keep your eyes on Apple. Oracle, which LB was just asking about. We actually still have this plan in place from last Tuesday. What am I, 15 minutes? Let's zoom out a little bit here. So, Oracle looking very strong, holding over the call entry here. It did give us a break above, back test, holding the call entry there as we went into the close yesterday. It looks like it's pulling back, and we're certainly within a reasonable range of the call entry that I would say as long as 322.20 is holding, we could see this one make a push. And keep a close eye on this one going into the open, especially if we get a nice dip down near that level. That could be a good dip to buy, and then run the plan from there on up through these price targets at 335.51, 345.51, and 364.20, with a stop loss average down at 311.14. So Oracle trade plan finally kicking off, and I would certainly say this is still valid, and as long as it holds, I think it's again a good essentially jump in as long as 322.20 is holding. Run your stop loss right there at 311.14 and let the plan do what it needs to do from there. So that is Oracle, and then we also had Applied Digital. This one's another one that's just been ripping through price targets. Did give us the break over and back test a couple of times, kind of hovered and meandered and just was glued to that call entry level there for a little bit. But then yesterday we finally got the move that we were looking for, and here pre-market we're getting all the way to PT3. So within a few trading days, this one has already hit all of our price targets. Really no threat to the stop loss average down. Once we broke over that call entry, it just took a little bit of patience. Sometimes that's what you got to do before you get that explosive move upside, all the way through all three of our price targets. So APLD played out beautifully. And then we got a couple from last Thursday, BBAI. This one's continuing to the upside after giving us the break above. Really nice back test there going into the open last Friday. And then yesterday we saw it pull back here on the 15-minute, test that 200 SMA, and that just absolutely blasted it up to PT2. We're testing PT2 again here, a little bit of a triple top at PT2, so make sure you are taking profits and moving up those stops on these plans. You can't just let these things run forever, especially with options. Time is a factor, and you want to have, I would say months of time, if possible, left on your options contracts when you're closing them out. So that's why we have patience, but these things cannot or will not, just run straight up forever. But looks to be trying to break over PT2 here pre-market, so we may see all three PTs. LB, you still riding in BBAI? I know you were doing very well with it last week. You might see our third price target here today. All good. All good. We got a lot of good upside out of BBAI nonetheless. Like I said, can't hold these things forever. We also did AMD, although I think I forgot to tag it. Did we do it again last week? Hang on. That would be now. There's no way. That doesn't look right. Well, that being said, since I've got the plan up, it is breaking above and back testing the prior call entry from our last plan on it. So keep an eye on AMD. Did I forget to save one of our charts from last week? Yes, I did. That doesn't look right. Let me go back real quick. Sorry. I feel like there's one that we're missing. Let's just do this. I-18, we did we did Tesla. That's the one that I'm missing. Tesla. And of course I forgot to. That's okay, that'll give me a chance to use our new trade plan indicator. If you guys haven't already updated this, or if you don't already have access to it, and you're a paying Xtrades member, please feel free to reach out and let me know. I'm happy to set you up for access. I did set up a nice little drop down so we can do calls only, puts only, or both sided, which is what it's always done. And also changed some of the labeling logic so it's an inline label. We don't have to worry about adjusting y-axes anymore, which is always kind of a pain. But let's get this plotted back out since I screwed up and forgot to save it last week. My apologies for making you all watch me go through this again. 50, 70, 366, shared stop loss. All right, so this is our. I'll have to take a look at why that new logic doesn't have a. I need to put in a specific shared stop loss text. Okay, I'll fix that. Anyway, shared stop loss average down is right there. So Tesla finally gave us the break there yesterday, then gave us the back test of the call entry. Nice bounce from there, testing PT1 this morning. Let me go ahead and lock this in so I won't screw that up again. And then we'll get to some new trade plans. My apologies for the extra little bit of weight there while I resurrected this plan. All right. So yes, I am taking. What's up with the voice? I don't know. Better microphone, I guess. I'm finally back in my office again, and so that's got me in my better setup. I've been, working from home for the last several weeks while I've been nursing a major disc issue in my neck that I finally got an epidural for yesterday. So, starting to get back into the swing of things again. All right, so let's get to some of these new trade plans. And LB, I would say, Oracle, just let it, let's keep that same plan going. I don't want to skip you, but at the same time, I think this plan's still valid. We're still within a reasonable range of the call entry. We might even see a little bit of a morning dip and backtest entry opportunity. So I would say stick to this plan and just keep running it. In fact, let's go ahead and lock it in since we've stretched it out here. Save indicator template. And just to recap this real quick for those of you just tuning in, what we're looking for here is a break over 322.20. That should bring targets at 335.51, 345.51, and 364.20 with a stop loss average down at 311.14. To the downside, we're looking for a break below 291.80. That should give targets at 274.94, 258.75, and 241.93 with a stop loss average down at 304.79. Those are your Oracle live stream plans. All right, so what do we have next? Mara. Let's take a look at Mara. Mara, really, not Mara. And yes, still AM taking ticker requests. So we will try to get to AMKR. That's a new one. I'm not sure I'm familiar with AMKR. All right, what are we looking for here on Mara? Mara, sorry. Keep doing that. Well, it's played out some old trade plan levels decently well, but let's take a fresh look at this. Let's clean up this level some. Oh, duh, holding the wrong key down. It's not. There we go. All right, fresh start here on Mara. Let's see. Where are we at? What are we doing? Where are we going? Nice dip buy opportunity there yesterday. A little bit of a liquidity sweep below, and then the move to the upside. We also did just recently sweep upside liquidity though, so that's important to know. Might be forming a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here, which, if we are, neckline probably sitting right about here-ish. So we could be trying to break out of that, assuming that this is a valid. It's kind of a very, very small shouldered head and shoulders, but this is what I'm looking at. Shoulder there, head there, shoulder there. Potentially, again, kind of a wonky looking head and shoulders if that's inverse head and shoulders if that's what we've got here. All right, that being said, whoops, don't do that. Let's see, where is Mara gonna go? Oops, didn't do that. All right. This is an interesting rejection, just shy of where I think that move should have actually made it to. Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at AMKR. Assuming it has volume, can you check the volume on it? Make sure we're good to go there while I'm working on this plan. Well, that's not terrible. We can work with that. All right. Gotta make a call here. Do see. I think it's, yeah. Got a level right in here. Then I'm interested, if we can break it, I'm gonna adjust this plan where I had it sitting a moment ago. I'll take a shot at this level. This is where I thought that last push over this level should have made it to, but it's clearly pulled back quite a bit since then. do have some supply there overhead. So just be mindful of this. Might be a good one to start kind of small on your opening position size and then scale in from there. As we get better confirmation once we get through that 1926 level. That level does need to be lower, like right there. It's kind of a small move up to PT2. Lots of interesting rejections up in this range. Do we have any helpful price history to show us where these levels are hiding? Man, this one's kind of all over the place. It's a miner, though. It's a crypto miner. They move kind of weird. I'm interested to see where that sets us back here. I'm just not seeing, this is a really interesting rejection. I'm not seeing any real development of support and resistance, even through this older price action that really kind of cleans this level up, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe. Sorry, I know I'm spending maybe a little too much time on this one level, but I want to get these plans dialed in. We can take a shot at this going a little further. Let's see. Go back through. There's that break below back test. Some rejections there. Is that set up on these recent candles? Yeah, let's take a shot at that. It's a little bit further on to another 20 some cents. I know it's not a big deal, but I want to try to get as much out of these winners when we've got them running in the right direction. All right, let's lock in this downside plan. That level could use a little adjustment. 1782. Yeah, let's look at taking an entry there. Whoops, there we go. To the downside, there is another level here that we're kind of banging around on. Pre-market, it's sitting right about probably right about here. So we're gonna have a little bit of a overlap on our stop losses, but is what it is. I think it's the appropriate amount of room to give both sides to work out, to play out in our favor, hopefully. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at Mara, I can tell you that much. Kind of got off the crypto miner kick when they stopped moving with Bitcoin. It seemed like after that most recent halving, all the miners have really struggled, in my opinion. All right. This all looks pretty solid, so let's get this locked in. For a break over 1991 to take us to 1983, 1929, 2092. Stop loss at 1824. Put entry at 1782 with a move down to 17 flat, then 1642 and 1569. Stop loss is actually on the other side here at 1838. All right, let's clean this up. That looks pretty solid, I think. All right. Here we go. Sorry, this took a bit. Oh shit, I need to do that as a link. Well, I'll do it as a link for YouTube. Here you go, YouTube. And let's get this over the Elite chat. Let's make that ever E1. Right, let's get this locked in. Save our template. And last but not least, our alerts. Oh, shit. All right, we are locked in. Let's talk through this one last time. What are we looking for here on Mara? We're looking for a break over 1891. That should give us a push up to 1983, 2029, and 2092 with the stop loss average down at 1824. To the downside, we're looking for a break below 1782. That should give us targets at 17 flat, 1642, and 1569 with a stop loss average down at 1838. Those are your Mara live stream plans. Let's go. All right. What do we have next? It's like AKMR. Yo, what's up, Chris? Good morning to you, brother. How are you? Good to see you. What was this one again? AMKR. New name. For me, at least. Amcor Technology. Lower volume, but not too low. It will move a little slower. If you're kind of familiar with the move, the price action of like a UPS or one of those names, probably going to move like that. It can be a little bit slow and a little bit less predictable, but we'll make our analysis nonetheless. All right, with this being my first time ever looking at it, oh gosh, perfect time for the hiccups. All right, let's get this done. Oh, damn it. Oh, fuck, I hate hiccups. Why did they have to come now? Sorry if I go a little bit silent, it's because I'm trying to fight off these hiccups. Oh boy, that didn't help. That is a live stream first for you. Gosh, I don't think I've ever gotten hiccups randomly. in the middle of a live stream. Son of a bitch. Go away. Somebody scare the shit out of me. Tell me the markets are closed permanently. Gosh, dang it. Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying. Oh. Take 9 baby sips of water, okay? I need more water. Oh man, you almost killed me. I got to 7 and then I hiccuped while I was taking a baby sip. I think I'm gonna die. Oh boy. Okay, let's go. Baby sips work. You accidentally almost choke to death and scare yourself out of the hiccups. Oh god. All right, let's go. We're gonna get through this. Hiccups be damned. They are truly the most annoying thing ever, though. Or like these people that like hiccups for like years at a time. Like, why would just I don't know. I'd be in an insane asylum. Yeah, I'm kind of finding that one. That's close. This might actually be a daily level once we can see the extended hours. Oh. All right. Yeah, no, they just showed up out of the blue. Or random. Okay, let's get to some smaller time frames. Let's get this plan done. Try chugging 100 more baby sips of water. Put your tongue to the back of your 2 front teeth. Touch the gums. Put your tongue to the back. Oh, God. 2 front teeth. I don't know, bro. I'm stuck. It's never going away. I'm gonna have the hiccups for life now. Not that kind of stuff. I'm not in under a coffee table. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy though. Pulling out your tongue. Yeah, I'm about to pull it out. It'll get these hiccups to go away. Oh god, they're the most annoying thing ever. I don't. I can't even tell you the last time I had them. I blame the epidural. It's the needle they stuck in my spine. That has triggered an irreversible case of involuntary diaphragm spasms, aka hiccups. All right, concentrate. Hiccups will not win this day. Maybe they will. I can't hold my breath and talk. I'm just gonna have to push through these last few minutes, and then I'm gonna try every. My personal favorite remedy is, and this is like an old bar trick, I guess, or whatever. When I worked at bars and restaurants in my late teens, early 20s, was a lemon wedge with some bitters and sugar on it, and all the, I guess, sour, bitter, sweet, all at the same time, kind of like resets your brain. Did work pretty well, but I don't have all that shit in my office, so I'm gonna have to try to baby sip water until I beat the hiccups or until I choke to death. One of the two. Pray for me. Somebody needs to like invent a pill that stops the hiccups. That's it. That is how I'm going to make my billions. I'm going to invent a over the counter pill that you take to make hiccups go away. Shit. I will be swimming in a bank vault of gold coins before you know it. You're joking too. You know, once you kind of climbed every other mountain, it's like maybe Yoda knows what I'm talking about. If he can make out my words between my hiccups. Right? Whatever floats your boat. All right. What are we going to do with you here? AR. Let's fast forward this a little bit here. Let's get these indicators back on. Hourly looks strong to quite strong. 4 hours, same. All right. This one looks like it wants to just keep pushing. The question is, where does it really get interesting? Also, nice bullish pennant built up over a couple of days. So this one looks like it might be itching to break out. Lower volume definitely makes it harder to read, a little choppier. But I'm going to drop this down because a lot of that's. This is one I probably should be charting regular trading hours only, but gosh dang it, I thought I was way out of it. Son of a bitch. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Gosh dang it. Yeah, all right. Sorry. It's always earnings season, bro. Earnings season for companies, earnings season for the country. There's always something you gotta be mindful of. It's not earnings, it's interest rates, it's inflation, it's always something. We just gotta find the right setups, and the rest of that stuff becomes inconvenient noise. Much like a hiccup. Let's say this could stretch down to 24.88, but again, overall, it's looking pretty bullish. I've also got that trend line down there. I'd be surprised if we get to PT3 at all on this one, but would be the first time I've been surprised. Okay, so one takes us to 31.64, 32.41, and 33.50. Stop loss average at 29.40. You know what I'll do when I post this chart is I will turn back on, or I won't turn off the stop loss average down. I need to fix that little bit of code. Gosh, damn it. I just realized. So, stop loss average down is listed over here, 29.40. Just note that. I'll fix this today. Hiccups. Okay. We're cool. We're cool. We're not freaking out. Everything's fine. Maybe not. All right, let's talk through this, and then I'm gonna go kill these hiccups or somebody. Something bad's gonna happen. Gosh damn it. Dude, I have never, and I'm very happy to say this, never been on True Social. Zero interest in what's going on there. If it's noteworthy, it'll get posted somewhere else. It's up here now. I moved it for my own convenience. All right, let's get this locked in. And our alert to cool. This till next week. All right, right on time as we get close to the end of our session here. What are we looking for on AMKR, which is again Amcor Technology, and they do something with provision of outsourcing. Apparently, they've got some stuff popping off with Apple, according to the group. So keep an eye on them as Apple continues to make big moves. But what are we looking for on Amcor specifically, besides a cure for hiccups? A break over 30.21 that should give us price targets at 31.64, 32.41, and 33.50 with a stop loss average down at 29.40. To the downside, we're looking for a break below 28.50 that should give. Oh god, it's driving me nuts. should give us targets at 27, 28, 26, 23, and 25, 48, with a shared stop loss average down at 29.40. All right, that does it, folks. I am off to go do something dramatic to get rid of these hiccups. So, as we always say here on Chart Talk Live, let's see if I can get through all this before I have another spasm. Okay, come on, you can do it. Get through it. Plan your trades, trade your plans. Remember, we're looking for profits, not perfection. So keep those wins big, keep those losses small. Go out there and get some green. We will be, oh, almost made it. We will be back Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm off to go enjoy the rest of hiccup season and take all 1,000 small sips of water and stick my tongue in my ear and all the other recommendations that we just got from the chat. I appreciate everybody's input. I hope y'all have a great day. We'll see you back here on Thursday morning at 8:30. Until then, take care. Have a great day. Oh, God.